2015 Readington Township Committee meeting and ask that you stand and join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We've just come out of executive session and there are some actions that will be taken. The first item is personnel matters, and that stays in. The second is personnel police department. Do I have a motion regarding Jason Ferries?
I'll make a motion to make Jason Ferris a permanent employee of Readington Township Police Department. He has successfully completed his probationary period as of December 15th, 2015.
Do I have a second for that motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Auriemma?
Yes.
Mr. Burton?
Yes.
Mrs. Duffy? Yes. Mr. Capello?
Yes.
Mayor Ford?
Yes. And may I have a motion regarding Sergeant Carlos Ferreira?
Yes, I'll make a motion for Sergeant Carlos Ferrero, who successfully completed a minimum of 3 years at the rank of sergeant as of 12/4/15, as per Article 15, Section C. I make a motion to promote him to the rank of sergeant first class.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please, Nita.
Mr. Auriemma?
Yes.
Mr. Burton?
Yes.
Mrs. Duffy? Yes. Mr. Capello?
Yes.
Mayor Ford?
Yes. Personnel, Department of Public Works. Do I have a motion on this?
I'll make the motion as well. I'll make a motion to have Michael LaRue to fill the position of laborer for DPW. His starting date would be January 4, 2016, at 40 hours per week at a rate of $20.16 per hour, subject to change when the union contract is settled.
Do I have a second on that motion?
Second.
Nita, roll call.
Mr. Auriemma?
Yes.
Mr. Burton?
Yes.
Mrs. Duffy? Yes. Mr. Capello?
Yes.
Mayor Ford?
Yes. Personnel, zoning, fire official, that stays in. Attorney-client privilege, executive session minutes. Do I have a motion to approve for content only?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call. No, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, potential litigation, affordable housing, that stays in. We're taking off. Litigation, block 48, lot 23, block 55, lot 33, block 56, lots 1, 3, 6, and 8, block 67, lot 2, Solberg Aviation, that stays in. We added an item to the executive agenda concerning 204 Dove Code Court. Do I have a motion on that?
I would make a motion to approve subordination of the mortgage on 204 Dove Code Court.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Auriemma?
Yes.
Mr. Burton?
Yes.
Mrs. Duffy? Yes. Mr. Capello?
Yes.
Mayor Ford?
Yes. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. I would like to, since we've already dealt with new business, consent agenda item number 5, the postponement of that mortgage, I'm going to pull that out of consent because we've already dealt with it. Do I have a motion on the remainder of the consent agenda?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Rita?
Mr. Auriemma?
Yes.
Mr. Burton?
Yes.
Mrs. Duffy? Yes. Mr. Capello?
Yes.
Mayor Ford?
Yes. I think the minutes are not asterisk, is there? All right, it just said approval of the minutes does not have an asterisk, but that was on consent agenda, right?
Yeah, it should be.
Do I need to do it separately just because it is?
Yeah, let me just look here.
I might, maybe it does on the rank, on the.
Yeah, we better just do it.
Yeah. All right, do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of December 7th, 2015?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, comments from the public for items listed on the agenda only. The committee will take public comment on the ordinances listed under section H during the public hearing portion. Any comments from the public on items on the agenda?
Good evening, Paula Baldwin, Readington Township. I just wondered, I would like to ask the committee, particularly those who supported the eminent domain action.
Comments. This is a comment, not a question period. It's comments from the public. If you could phrase this as a comment.
Well, my comment would be then, I'm wondering where in the hell we're going to get the $3 million that was the adjudicated amount by the master in the eminent domain case, which has dragged on for the last 9 years. And I guess I wondered where that source of funds was going to come, because there's certainly no line item in the budget for that. The money spent by the committee has already been dispersed, I understand that, and well hidden in the slide and hide from general ledger transfers at the end of the year. But what I'm wondering is, where is the money going to come from for the other side's legal fees and consulting fees?
Thank you for your comment.
Thank you.
No response. As a taxpayer, that's very disappointing, I must say.
Any other comments from the public for items on the agenda?
I have a comment.
Public hearing.
I'm sorry, I have a comment. Paula Baldwin, Morning Star Road. I just wanted to comment that in light of the special master's recommendations, I've suggested this to some of you in the past, but now still might be a good time to try and negotiate a settlement for the Solbergs. The money's not going away. They can appeal, as can the township. If they appeal, they might be awarded a bigger settlement on those legal fees. I believe that the special master kicked out their legal fees from the first condemnation, primarily because the attorney didn't have a list of he hadn't billed them in a timely manner, but any reasonable person could look at what the township spent and determine that they must have spent at least that amount. So the township has a lot to lose. Reimbursing them, the special master recommended a settlement of $3 million. The township had to have spent at least that amount, and there's nothing to show for it. So I would hope that some of you on the township committee could at this point reach out to the family. I understand that one of you will be leaving, but it would seem to be an appropriate time to reach out to the family and settle this. I've mentioned this before. There are many things that you could negotiate. For example, hangars. That airport has hardly any hangars, and that's what generates revenue for an airport. The Blasting School at one point offered to mediate this issue, and they were turned down. I would hope you would reconsider. Thank you.
Thank you. Public hearing. Do I have a motion to close the regular meeting and open the public hearing?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. This is an ordinance appropriating $38,000 from the Reserve for Green Acres purchases from Transco for the acquisition of Block 66, Lot 53, Reno, in and by the Township of Readington in the County of Hunterdon, New Jersey. This is ordinance number 12-2015. Are there any comments from the governing body? Are there any comments from the public?
I have a comment. Paula Baldwin, Morning Star Road. At a previous meeting, I questioned why this property was being purchased, and since then, I have reason to believe that, because it's landlocked, and since then, I have reason to believe, I haven't had time to look into it, but I have reason to believe that there is an easement across an adjoining property to this one. So I am hoping that a title search is being done, and if that easement goes to that property, I feel that that easement should be preserved so that the public can access the property through that easement. My other comment is that when the township has purchased properties in the past, money has not been set aside to mark the boundaries. That particular property is close to where I live. I walk back there. I often see hunters in that area, up in the trees, and I would hope that as part of this purchase, I'm sure you're having a survey done, I would hope. I would suggest that the boundaries of the property be marked so that there are not incidences with the hunters and adjoining properties not understanding that it's township owned. Thank you.
Thank you. I will certainly pass that recommendation on to the, or maybe you could pass it on to the Open Space Advisory Committee. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the public? Do I have a motion to close the public hearing and open the regular meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Do I have a motion to adopt this ordinance?
Motion to adopt ordinance 12-2015.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please, Vita.
Mr. Auriemma?
Yes.
Mr. Burton?
Yes.
Mrs. Duffy?
Yes.
Mr. Capello?
This is a neighbor property, my property, I'm not going to vote.
Mayor Ford?
Yes. Administrators report? Am I missing anything? New business, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, skip the page. New business, 2015 budget appropriation transfer. Do you want to address that, Vita?
This just transferring money into legal services where additional funds are needed to close out the year legal bills.
All right, can I have a motion on this?
I'd make a motion to approve the budget transfer resolution.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Auriemma?
Yes.
Mr. Burton?
Yes.
Mrs. Duffy?
Yes.
Mr. Capello?
Yes.
Mayor Ford?
Yes. All right, administrators report, attorneys report.
Nothing.
Okay. Committee reports, Tom Auriemma, Recreation, Police, Library Services.
Nothing in report.
John Roden, Engineering, Roads, Maintenance, and Recycling. Finance.
Nothing other than to, again, restate due to the weather, that I think I commented on the last time, that
They're still at it.
these guys have been able to really make some hay with this weather, so fortunately that's good. Hopefully if it continues, we'll luck out the lack of snow as well, but so far so good.
Good, thank you. And Elizabeth Duffy, Planning, Farmland, Open Space, Board of Health.
The only comment I have is that we had a nice open space walk this past weekend, allowing the public to make use of our public open space and trails.
And Ford, Planning, Zoning, Sewer Advisory Committee, Historic Preservation Museum, Social Services, Code Enforcement. Our Social Services Department has been, if any of you have been in the municipal building down at that, the far end of the building, you know that our Social Services Department has been playing Santa Claus to a lot of families in Readington who have sort of fallen down on their luck. So they've been very busy down there being elves. Sam Trapello, Liaison to Fire Companies and Rescue Squad, School Crossing, Municipal Court.
Nothing to report at this time.
Okay. Comments from the public? Comments from the governing body? Anybody? Well, maybe you should wait until after I make mine. Well, the first thing I want to say is we had a very successful holiday tree lighting here Friday night. I think they finally scraped the cookie crumbs off the rugs. I don't know how many, there were many families, many children, a lot of wonderful, helpful, high-energy Girl and Boy Scouts. I couldn't do a body count. We had some great music from Will Magalio and Ed Jankowitz and the brass section from Hunter and Central, from their band. And all I know is we had hot chocolate from the Rail in Maple Junction who donated it, and they donated 100 cups, and we used all of those and had to go into the reserve supply. And that was not counting the cider. So we had a lot of eager cocoa drinker and cider drinkers and cookie eaters, and Santa was here. I'm not even going to tell you what he promised me. The other thing is that Santa came in a fire truck, that's right. The other thing I need to note is it's in a sense, for me, it's a very sad meeting because this is Tom Auriemma's last meeting as a township committee person. I have a resolution to read. We will have it appropriately drawn up and suitable for framing, but I would like to read it to you now. Whereas Tom Auriemma was duly elected to serve 4 terms on the governing body of Readington Township and served faithfully as a member of the Readington Township Committee from 2004 through 2015, and whereas Tom Auriemma served for 2 terms as Honorable Mayor of Readington Township in 2008 and again in 2012, and whereas Tom made valuable contributions to the improvement of our township, including the implementation of the township's successful single-stream recycling program and the development of the township's very impressive and diverse recreation program. And whereas Tom worked to enhance the safety and well-being of all Readington residents through the support of Readington's exemplary emergency services, and in particular for his dedication and hard work in 2012, when, as mayor, he oversaw the effort to protect the residents' welfare during and after the devastation inflicted by Superstorm Sandy, and whereas Tom's vision and leadership skills served to foster community spirit, in particular through his contribution of first organizing and then overseeing Readington's Memorial Day Parade, now enjoyed annually by so many Readington residents. And whereas Readington benefited from Tom's steadfast commitment to protecting our township's wonderful quality of life and pristine environment by supporting policies that protected Readington's natural resources and its quiet rural character, now therefore be it resolved that the members of the Readington Township Committee would like to express their deep appreciation to Tom Auriemma for his 12 years of service and commend him for his ability to govern during these years in a thoughtful and insightful manner, and to thank him for his valuable contributions during these 12 years of service. Would you all join me in applauding Tom? And before you start, I just want to tell you that we all still have your phone number. So retirement may not be as restful as you
I'm
think.
appreciative of what you read, but I also predict what might happen, so I already changed my phone number.
We're going to find you.
Thank you very much. If the tragedy of 9/11 did not occur, I probably would not be addressing you at this time. I was coaching my daughter's 2nd grade soccer team on the Saturday after 9/11 when I was informed that one of our fellow soccer coaches worked for Cantor Fitzgerald and was in the World Trade Center. I attended his memorial service at the Readington Reformed Church with my assistant coach, and I remember leaving and I felt so bad about the passing of this